What's up, guys? We are back with another Roblox Photos video, and in today we are going to be showing you the floor shortcuts. So let's get started. Alright, so what you want to do here is basically you want to come up all the way here, then you're going to use the floor fly ability. So you're going to wait with your beehive still, don't use that yet. Once you come around about here, you should throw it down. So let's throw it down real quick. And then boom, you made it. So yeah, let's move on to the next. Now we're on the next map, guys. And okay, so you're gonna use the beehive first this time. Okay, so then when you come to the middle, let's try to get on this thing right here by using shift lock. Let me get it real quick. Alright, we got it. So you want to get up there, and then around on this tree is when you use the fly ability. And then, boom, you're here at the base. Alright, so now we're on the farm map, okay? So what you want to come up here to the farm ceiling thing. You're going to use the fly ability. So let's fly. Okay. Now, what you want to do now is go all the way to, like, the edge and then throw it. So then you can make it to their base. And boom, let's move on to the next one. We're on like the Viking map, so what you want to do is come up to the ceiling and then climb the trees, and then the trees are like 2 blocks up, so then you use the fly ability. So this one's kind of easy, honestly. But yeah, okay, so now you're in the middle. So then you want to get your beehive out and then throw it, and then boom, you're at their base. So let's move on to the next one. We're on this map, so you're gonna use the beehive this time. And then you can come all the way, like almost to their base, kind of. And you see this like mountain looking thing. So you want to climb up it. And then when you get to the tallest one, then that's when you can fly. And then get to their base. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. For this one, there's literally like 3 ways to do this. So first, we're going to use the fly ability to get to their base real quick. Or to the middle, I mean. So then, yeah. So now we're at middle. You're going to pull out your beehive and all that. And then let's kind of go like more like closer to their base to use this. You're going to use it around the tree, basically. And then, boom, you're at their base. So let's move on to the second one for this map. The second one now. So you're going to use the beehive first. And then you're going to go to mid, right? But yeah, you're going to keep going to their base, kind of. So now you can use the fly ability. So first we're going to climb up this tree using our parkour. Go all the way to this, like, arch thing and then use it. And then, boom, you're at their base. So let's move on to the third one. So now we're on the last one for this map. So yeah, you can use this anyway. The one that feels most comfortable for you. You can either fly first or beehive first, just depending on your skill and how comfortable you're with it. But instead of going to the tree, you're going to go all the way to the side over here. And then when you get to the tallest point, you can use the beehive ability. And then you're basically just at their base. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Now we're kind of doing the newer maps. And okay, so you're going to parkour all the way to the arch, fly. Do not use your beehive yet. But yeah, alright. So just go all the way to their base, and then use the beehive, and then boom, you're all the way to their base. So let's move on to the next one. It's actually kind of easy. So what you're going to do is come up all the way to these staircases, and then when you're about almost at the diamonds, use it. Go to the side of the platform right here. Okay, now you're going to use the floor ability to fly, and then boom, you're just at their base. So let's move on to the next one. We're on the seasonal one. So you want to shift lock, come up to the stone all the way to the top. Then come to the stone right there and then use the floor ability. So now you're across to mid now. And then basically you have a beehive still that you can use to get to their base. So then boom, you're at their base. You can use the floor ability. So let's move on to the next one. So now we're on the next one. So you're gonna use the beehive, and then you're at mid now. So then you should see like a block, like a grass block platform right there. That's right here. Yep. Use the shift lock ability and then fly. So yeah, then you're at the base, and let's move on to the next. So now we're on the next one. You're gonna use your beehive to come all the way up here, and so this is actually gonna help you out a lot. So then you come all the way to the top over here, and then boom, you just fly to their base, either bed break or kill them, and then yeah, let's move on to the next. Now we're on the next one, so you're gonna use your beehive right here. So now we're at middle, and then you're gonna come to like the fence kind of thing, and then just glide or fly to their base basically. And yeah, let's move on to the next now. So for this one, you're gonna use the fly ability. Oh, I forgot to turn on my sprint. All right, but yeah, you're supposed to use the fly ability, and they're still probably breaking their first ore. So yeah, you're basically in the lead right now, already at mid. So then you use it, and then boom, you're at their base. All right, guys. So now we're done with the video. That's all the flora shortcuts that you need to know, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.